storytellers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl V. We are live here on Facebook and we're also live on Instagram. Good morning. Thank you guys so much for coming on live this morning. Good morning, Data Dork. Good to see you. Listen, y'all, I'm not going to be before you too long today. I have some things I have to take care of, but I want to make sure that I drop some nuggets for y'all so y'all can get started in your writing process, okay? So today I'm going to be talking about how to describe someone when you're writing your memoir, okay? But before I get started with that, I'm going to make sure I give you all the news of what's coming up and what's going on when it comes to working and writing with Veonne, okay? So if you're on my Facebook Live, then you're going to see that presentation that I have available so that you can visually see the news that we have going, okay? Cool. All right, so let's go ahead. All right, so the first thing that I want y'all to know is that I do have a masterclass coming up. Man, I got my thing everywhere. I got a masterclass coming up. It's going to be teaching you how to avoid my mistakes that I've made when it comes to writing and publishing books. Okay, so this is going to be a great masterclass for you if you want to learn what not to do and what to do so that you can write and publish your first book successfully. And maybe you already have a book, but maybe you need to start over. Maybe you need to do another one. And maybe you've noticed that there were some things wrong in your book, your first book that you wrote. Okay, sorry, I got disconnected. Maybe you found some things that were wrong with your first book that you wrote. This is going to be really good for you. Next, oh yeah, also yeah, the link will be in the bio. Hey Janae, in my bio, or you can go to bit.ly/meet Veonne for the registration link for that. And we begin that class next week. Yes, Queen, you know we got to do what we got to do. All right, next announcement. Listen, y'all need to join BGBU. Where are my ladies at? So I have a social network platform. It's my online community. It's also my ministry where we are connecting with women. This is a place where women can connect on a spiritual level, but also in an entrepreneurial level as well. I want to build women that are focused on the things of God, women that are focused on building their businesses, but most importantly, building the kingdom of God. So we are having a community. You can go to Be Great, letter B, letter U.com. That's BE Great, letter B, letter U.com. So Be Great, Be University is that link. If you can go to the link in my bio, you can get that there. Last but not least, we have Bible studies on Monday. Yesterday was so dope on BGBU. If you missed it, I feel sorry for you. Good morning, Selena. Good to see you this morning. So yes, you can go to the link in my bio so you can sign up for Be Great BU. Okay, she sent a request. I can't do that this morning because I got to leave in just a few moments. So, so I'm trying to be quick. Because I got to take care of some business. But yeah, let me go ahead get started on today's lesson for today. So, how to describe someone when it comes to writing your memoir, or for those of you that are wanting to write a character of your book, you can still apply this, but this is like specifically for those of you that are writing a memoir. A memoir is your story. If you're writing your story, even if you're writing a biography, maybe you want to write your self-help book and turn it into some sort of way of you telling your story at the same time. This is going to be for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So when it comes to when it comes to describing someone in your book, okay, we do not want to start by saying, describing their hair and describing their eyes. That's like the thing that people typically do, right? You want to make sure that you are focused on writing. How do they walk? How are they postured? Okay. How do they move? What do you notice about that, right? Like, what do you notice about that character? What are their mannerisms like? Are they someone that's slick? Are they someone, conniving? Are they someone, maybe they're elite? Are they someone that carries themselves a certain way? That's how you want to describe them. We don't always want to hear he had blue eyes and blonde hair. Yes, that's great. That's great, Susie. But let's change it up a little bit. Let's make this more exciting. Let's really dive into the character. Let's dive into why you're describing the person in your memoir, the person from your story. You want to make sure that you're describing their mannerisms. That's going to help us really start to understand how that person might come out in the end. Like we feel curious when we see the mannerisms. If we see the way that they move, like it gives us a clue as to the point of this character, the way that the character is. Think about movies when they're describing a character. Like, I mean, they're not telling you, but you can see in the way that the person walks, in the way that they look, like how do their eyes look? I mean, yeah, they have blue eyes, but are they squinting? Are they like glaring at you? We want to describe the mannerisms of the character. All right, next, number two, when it comes to describing someone in your memoir, you want to focus on the mood, right? You want to combine their description to the mood of the setting, okay? Focus on combining their description to the mood of the setting. Okay. That's going to help us really build a scene. That's going to help the reader be intrigued. And it's also going to make sure that there's no conflict. Okay. So let's say, or maybe it can really paint the picture. So, for example, let's say that you were at the carnival as a child, and then you notice your mom. She came in. You notice that she was upset, she was turning red, she's stopping, and she's like she's at coming at a heavy pace towards you, stopping with her hand clutched around her purse, and she's charging at you. But you describe the scene as, maybe it was a sunny day outside at the carnival. The birds were chirping, the sky was blue, the clouds were soft like marshmallows or something like that. But then your mom came in, and all of a sudden the sky started to become more gray. You started to feel this eerie sense that came towards you. You didn't know what your mom was going to do, but you knew she was coming for you, right? So you want to paint that picture, combine their mood to the setting. Okay, cool. So, because typically, like if there is a mood shift, you're going to notice that the setting shifts as well, right? So it started out as a happy day, but then when your mom came in, she started storming in. You don't know what's about to happen. The setting changed. It started like, even like in movies, you see how the character comes in, right? And then like the lighting changes, especially if they're upset, the lighting changes. So like we want to be able to tell it because we're not showing it fully. We want to be able to describe it to where they can see it. Okay. Last but not least, what is let me get my notes. Last but not least, your first thoughts. You want to focus on your first thought. What's the first thing that you noticed about that person or your character when they entered into the scene, or when they entered into that setting, or when you first met them? What was the first thing that you noticed? Now, the interesting thing about this, when I was writing this, I was like, the first thing that you usually notice about people are a few things. Number one, you notice their shoes. I don't know why we look at people's shoes first. We know, like, I mean, I don't look at everybody's shoes first, but sometimes I do. I don't know why. I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But sometimes we notice the first thing that we notice about someone is their shoes, or the second thing that we do as humans. Period. I don't care who you are. The second thing that you're going to notice is their present, their present or lack of presence of confidence. Okay, that is human nature. Why? Because people they want to see who's the leader within the room, or who's the one that stands out. They're going to see if you're confident or not. And that's one of the first things that we notice, especially as business people. We can notice if someone's really confident or not. And we can also notice if someone's faking their confidence or not, right? So we notice their confidence. And even if you notice that, like, what are your first thoughts? Like, and so when you can see that person, when you can describe your first thoughts about that person, that can also help you form the person, the image of the person based off of how you view them. Your perception is able to paint a picture for your reader. So when it comes to describing someone in your memoir, you want to implement these three things. Like I said, I'm just gonna give a small recap. Don't always start with their eye color. Start with describing their mannerisms and their movement. Okay, even their dialect, right? Number two, and even when you're describing a dialect, are they loud? Are they soft and quiet? Okay, cool. See, I could go a little bit deeper, but I really got somewhere I got to go this morning. Number two, you want to combine their description to the mood of the setting, right? And then last but not least, you want to talk about, or you could talk about the first thing that you notice. That's going to help you to really describe and paint the picture of this character, and talk about if they're confident or not. Talk about, maybe you want to talk about their shoes. Like, it may be the first thing that you noticed was their shoes. How did their shoes look? Or maybe their shoes paints the picture of their story, You understand what I'm saying? Maybe they grew up in a place where they weren't able to get nice shoes. So these are some things that you want to, take into consideration when it comes to building your story and telling your story, especially if you're writing a memoir or a self-help book and you want to paint a picture of a certain person that you're talking about. So thank you guys so much for coming on live today. I know this was short. I know this was 10 minutes, but listen, I hope it was full of information that's able to help you in your writing and in your publishing journey. If you do want to work with me, you can go to the link in my bio for those of you that are on Instagram. And those of you that are on Facebook or YouTube, you can use that link that's down at the bottom. And I would love to connect with you. And also, if you want to connect with me on a one-on-one basis, if you're looking for prayer or something like that, you can connect on BGBU. So it's Be Great, then letter B, then letter U.com. Okay. I'll talk with y'all soon. Hopefully I see y'all on Bible study or tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning. All right, y'all. Bye.